All right, we're going to start with SKS rifle disassembly. Commonly asked for where I'm from, because everybody and their dog owns an SKS because they cost about $200 to $250 here in Canada. This is your standard, I don't want to call it surplus, but Chinese produced SKS rifle. Before you do any work, you want to make sure it is completely unloaded. So pull the bolt to the back. It will lock open. You can see there's no ammunition here in the magazine, and absolutely none in the chamber. Step one is get your tools. In the buttstock trap, got a little cleaning kit. It's pretty much useless unless you're camping, but there's a little tool here. You want to pull your bayonet out because it gets in the way, as well as your sling. So you pull back on the bayonet catch, rotate down about midways. Use a tool to get your cleaning rod out. Pull the cleaning rod out. Put the bayonet back for now. Flip the rifle over. Here's your sling. Disconnect the front swivel or whatever have you. Chuck it out of the way. Now, in order to disassemble the rifle, the bolt needs to be closed. So there is a magazine release right here. Pull back on that, open the magazine, pull back on the bolt, let it ride home. Rear receiver cover has a catch that has a detent. Rotate that up 90 degrees. Pull it up and out. The receiver cover slides off. Recoil spring comes out. Slide your bolt carrier to the rear. Your bolt carrier comes out, and your bolt falls out. Close that for now. Gas system needs to be maintained, especially if you shoot corrosive ammunition. There's a little notch here and two little catches right there. Put your tool in the little hole. Rotate up. And lift up on the piston tube. That comes off. Piston comes out. There's a secondary gas piston in here. You push it in with your finger. You can feel it when you poke. You can see it coming out in the back there. Push it in. Hold it. Rotate this up. And release. It'll come out. There's a little piston return spring. That's a field strip rifle. If you're really going to clean it, if you're shooting corrosive again, flip the bayonet out. Latch it over like that. Stick it in the dirt. And pour boiling hot water down through the action. And then clean as you would normally. To remove the rifle from the stock, there's a little retainer clip here. There's a little notch in it. Take your pin, stick it in the notch. Oh, that's up. Grab your rubber mallet, give it a whack. Magazine's open. Trigger group comes out. Wipe it down, clean it, get in there with a toothbrush. You don't really need to take these apart. Your magazine, grab it from the rear, jiggle a little bit, that'll come out as well. Lift the stock off the action, butt end first. And that's it. That is a fully stripped SKS rifle. Reassembly. Lubrication is same as reverse. Flip the rifle over. Take your stock. Nose it under here. Rest it down into the action. There's a little notch. It'll fit right in there perfectly. Magazine has a nose here. It needs to nose underneath a block inside. Rock it in kind of like an AK mag. Give it a little tap and it's in. There's ears here. Your bolt has two little trigger mech, two little tabs. Those go into the ears. Fell right in like that. Take your hammer, hold it down a little bit, just whack it right on the rear. If you look, that notch just popped back over. Now when you clean the rifle, especially if you shoot corrosive ammunition, you want to get in the chamber, the gas system, and the front gas block. You want to clean that all really well. Like I said, boiling water, patches, just scrub the heck out of it. I put a little bit of lubrication on the secondary piston and spring if you wanted to. Once again, make sure this is back up vertical like that. Slide this in, hold it with your thumb, and rotate that down to the first notch. Make sure it's just the first notch. Take your gas piston and your gas tube, insert it into there. Again, if you shoot corrosive, you want to make sure this is really, really clean, all in here and everything else, because this is uncoated steel and will rust right away. Pop that in there. It fits right over the edge, like so. And then if this is up on the first notch, it'll pop right in. Push it down. Rotate this down until it's closed, like so. Open the magazine. Take that back up. Your bolt has a free-floating firing pin. Should jiggle. You should never lubricate inside, but it should be clean and dry. There's a pin here. I usually rest it across a vise, hammer this pin out. Sometimes it takes quite a bit of force. I'm not going to do it on camera because it takes about 3 minutes of solid hammering. This piece will come out. Your extractor will rotate out. And you can just clean it all up, clean in there, pop it back in, hammer the pin back in. Yeah, bolt assembly probably be a separate video, I guess. To reassemble the rifle, you want to lubricate everywhere. I coat the firing pin on the bolt assembly, not the firing pin, the bolt assembly, in a little thin amount of oil. I usually get in the rails on the carrier as well, maybe a little in here. My rifles sit, so I kind of store them wet. This will fit into the notch like so. Bolt into carrier. Magazine will have to be undone, so the magazine catch, the bolt hold open isn't activated. The bolt into the receiver. Make sure the grooves are with the runners. And slide it forward. Recoil spring, some people put them in backwards. You put the ugly end, the squiggly end, into the receiver. The only time I've ever seen SKS rifles fail is if they were installed this way. I don't know why it's the only time I've seen them fail, but they fail. So squiggly end into the hole in the back of the bolt. Leave it up like that. Make sure your receiver retainer pin is up. There's a little notch in the back. I usually try and fit it in there while fitting the receiver cover underneath the bolt. Jiggle it into place. Push it closed. That'll just pop in, no effort required. Rotate down. Close your magazine. Bolt should lock to the rear with the magazine closed. Let's go back over here. Rotate that to half. Slide in your cleaning rod. Let the bayonet snap back into place. Your tool away. Back into the buttstock. Reconnect your sling. However you wish to attach it. Like so. I like to function test, rack it a few times. So you have to open the bolt. Safety off. Rifle fires. Safety on. Close your magazine. And you're done.